And there it is. Ring ding dong, ding ding dong. So ring ding dong and ringy ding dong. One man went to mode the session commences. We're in situation again as we always situate. Situate yourself with me. Let's spend however long this session lasts together. The session has commenced and your company required. One man went to mow that guy again. So is it you again? Be again with the platform. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Only water, water, only water, where they see my water. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see my Hapa oh night oh. Hapa oh night oh. Hapa you don't come oh. Hapa oh night oh. Hapa oh night oh. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùyé o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdó. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is. Eko Koniriwa Gbeche, the Kegites, as ever, they're always the starting intro song to the session. But it looks as though the introduction is now over at the Paramount Palace within the Yoruba space. Ooni of Ife's wife announces divorce from monarch on Instagram post. So, of course, this is all over the news, so you cannot not have heard about this. A bit of a shocker, but then not really, because, of course, the public face that people put on is always different from the lives that they live indoors. And it is only when it now spills that life indoors into the public space, but that people then start to alarm. Are you alarmed? Ooni of Ife's wife announces divorce from monarch on Instagram post. So there it is, the bombshell. But what are we making of it? So we spend a lot of time there. I did my best to endure and make it work. Ooni of Ife's wife announces her marriage to the monarch is over. So there it is, a verified Instagram page. So her own words. So leaving that space to an equally peculiar space, should I say. Mompha shares lawsuit. Mompha shares lawsuit notice against Bobrisky for not debunking claims of them being partners. So I'm just being mindful with my words. So partners, and you understand what that should mean. There's a word preceding that partner. So being partners, amongst others, demands 1 billion naira in damages. So there it is. Mompha, of course, in look and presentation not far from Bobrisky, so you can see the correlation between the two of them. But he tries to distance. Mompha shares lawsuit notice against Bobrisky for not debunking claims of them being partners, amongst others, demands 1 billion naira in damages. So quite how that is playing out, we'll play it out with them together. Still with matters are more. We go now from there to this. Daddy Freeze compares Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels to biblical Ruth and Boaz, as he says they have a beautiful love story, and age is nothing but a number. So age is nothing but a number, and you hear that often reoccurring whenever there's an age chasm between a couple. So they say age is nothing but a number. So that's to justify that age gap, but there's always some truth to it as well, because men mature slowly and some don't even at all. You plateau at some point as a man in terms of your maturity. And a woman that is 10, 20, 30 years your junior is alarmed that how can you be as you are and be as you are? And to that space, he speaks that the freeze compares Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels to biblical Ruth and Boaz, as he says they have a beautiful love story, and age is nothing but a number. So age is nothing but a number, but of course, anytime Free speaks, he claps back. He, of course, being this fella. Reno Omokri counters that is Freeze's stance on Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels being like biblical Ruth and Boaz. So there he is. He claps back, and the palace claps back as well. Ooni of Ife Palace reacts to Queen Naomi's alleged divorce. So, quite what the allegation is, we will find out soon enough. But we may well land on this one or not. This is actually from the verified Instagram handle of Queen Naomi herself, speaking in her own words, details of her own life. So, quite how anybody can debunk this, we'll just find out in the course of this session. So, plenty to go through. Lean back, kick back, take it easy, just relax, and we come in via the usual quarters, the eastern quarters, and we get straight into it. But first, to another Python dance.
O Mary Wonizu, Woniroya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Una Bori Mary Nandi, win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una Bori Mary Nandi, win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3, una bori meri Nande bu onye du aimo, o meri wone nizu mbiro ya, abakare mamanda ora, una bori meri Nande win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una bori meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una bori meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una bori meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Una bori meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, and Python dance 3. Una bori meri Nandi.
And there it is, the Python dance song. Nandi, they allege, has won the war. So Nandi allegedly wins the war. As guys, I bring you this. Breaking, Ooni of Ife's wife announces breaking, Ooni of Ife's wife announces divorce from monarch on Instagram. Olori Shilekunmola Naomi, the wife of the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has detached herself from the monarch. On Thursday, the Queen took to her Instagram handle to make the declaration, I shall no longer be referred to as wife to the Ooni of Ife or as Queen of Ile Ife, as she described herself as Queen of the people and mother of her son. Naomi further alleged the hypocrisy of the monarch, stating that the Ooni's public perception is different from his true character. Her post reads, I bless the Lord Almighty for his faithfulness in the last 3 years of my marriage. In life's journey, it isn't how far, still how well. Indeed, though Satan should buffet, its trial should come. Oh, let's take that entirely all over again. That doesn't read especially too well. Um, let's just take it entirely from the top. Yeah, let's take it from the top. Olori Shiliakunola Naomi, the wife of the Ooni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has detached herself from the monarch. On Thursday, the queen took to her Instagram handle to make the declaration, I shall no longer be referred to as wife of the Ooni of Ife or as queen of Ile-Ife, as she described herself as the queen of the people and mother of her son. Naomi further alleged the hypocrisy of the monarch, stating that the Ooni's public perception is different from his true character. Her post reads, I bless the Lord Almighty for his faithfulness in the last 3 years of my marriage. In life's journey, it isn't how far, still how well. Indeed, though Satan shall buffet, its trial should come. I have this blessed assurance controlling all situations and saying to me, it is well with my soul. Certainly it is well. I made my journey into the ancient throne of Ife with faith in my heart and love for the keeper of it. A few impressions I would love to correct. If anyone knows otherwise, they are free to come up with facts. Let it be known that this decision to move on did not come because His Majesty is married to another queen. As many would love to assume, throughout our life as a couple, I was the only married wife to him. There were side attractions, but it was never an issue. So, of course, we know what a side attraction. We know what side attraction means. I never approached him with any revelation of any sort. As many believed, he contacted me first and made his proposal known several months later. The marriage was not an arranged one, as many have misconstrued. I never knew the prophetess said to have introduced me to him. Instead, he introduced her to me after I agreed to marry him. I was only being polite out of respect for him. I have never been pregnant all my life before Tade Tade Nikowa, my son, is my first ever pregnancy with medical reports to back it up. The girl who said to be my daughter is my niece. I did my best to endure and to make it work. Many times I smiled through the struggle, but I have finally realized I had just one assignment, my son, and when God is done, he is done. He chose Saul to be king. And when he was done, he told the prophet Samuel, I have moved on. Religion was never an issue between us. Please refer to my interview on News Central TV. Instead, His Majesty has a picture he would love the world to see and perceive him as, and another one which is his true self. Today, I announce the beginning of a new dawn and the close of a chapter. Today, I am a mother of God's unique gift. I am no longer a slave to my thoughts of perfection. I, at this moment, announce that I shall no longer be referred to as wife of the Ooni of Ife or as queen of Ile-Ife, but as the queen of the people and mother of my adorable prince. He is God's way he is God's way of saying, I know about it all. In situations like this, there will be aggrieved persons. I, at this moment, appeal to all parties involved to allow the peace of God with the consciousness that there is a lovely little boy between us. I thank all of my prayer partners and loved ones. I remain committed to all of my projects, charity work, and ministry. In this new season, I shall be focusing on God only, she added. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the bombshell. The picture perfect couple of the Yoruba space, but alas, indoors. Maybe I'm not going to speculate, but there it is. So you heard it in the woman's own words herself. So again, to that space still, I did my best to endure and make it work. Ooni of Ife's wife announces her marriage to the monarch is over. Sad news coming out of the palace of the Ooni of Ife is that the marriage of the first class Yoruba monarch to prophetess Naomi is over. Naomi herself confirmed the news on Instagram and cleared up a few things. She said she went into the marriage with love in her heart and a willingness to serve. She said that she did her best to endure and smiled through the struggles, but that she has now decided to leave her 3-year marriage. She said her decision to leave has nothing to do with the fact that the Ooni is married to another queen. She also disputed rumors that she has another child, a daughter. She said the girl is her niece and her son for the king is the only child she ever had. At this moment, I announce that I shall no longer be referred to as the wife of the Ooni of Ife or as Queen of Ile-Ife, she wrote. This is not the king's first marriage to end in divorce. So it goes on to give us our statement in full. So yes, I think we've read that statement in full. So there it is. There it is. Mompha shares lawsuit notice against Bobrisky for not debunking claims of being sexual partners, amongst others, demands 1 billion naira in damages. Businessman Mompha has shared a lawsuit notice addressed to crossdresser Bobrisky following claims made in the past. Mompha, in the lawsuit notice he shared, accused Bobrisky of not debunking a claim made by his former employee, Oye, about them being sexual partners. He also accused Bobrisky of making false claims of him borrowing his car each time he's in Nigeria. Mompha further alleged that the crossdresser carried out a campaign to smear his name with assertion of him being an audio billionaire renting cars in Dubai for the gram. Aside asking Bobrisky to prove that he rents cars, Mompha demanded for an apology which should be published in 2 newspapers within 7 days and 1 billion naira as damages over the claims he described as malicious. So there it is. It's a ludicrous place, the Nigerian space, and the ridiculousness has no end. So we have the fullness of its lawsuit. So let's see if we can glean anything further. Mompha also debunks claims of engaging in gossips about actress Anita Joseph. He maintained that he only asked Bobrisky to be careful about her over what she allegedly said when the crossdresser and actress Nkechi Blessing Sunday had a fight on social media. He also said he asked Bobrisky to stop fighting Nkechi Blessing Sunday as it has made people to begin to think the fight was about him. Also alleging that Bobrisky asked him to pay for the meal he ate at his house. Mompha claimed he sent the crossdresser 1 million naira, which he shared on his Instagram page. So here is the lawsuit. Let's see what it says. The businessman wrote, libelous and defamatory publications made of and concerning my person, setting the record straight. I have today, through my solicitors, served on the person of Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky, a letter of demand for a retraction, apology, and compensation of 1 billion naira for libelous and defamatory publications made and or concerning my person. All the allegations made by Bobrisky in the said publications are false and calculated attempts to cast aspersions on my integrity. So aspersions on the integrity of a 419 guy. This is where we are in Nigeria. I, however, deem it necessary to clarify some of these allegations in the following terms. Uh, so he bullet points it regarding the aspect of borrowing Bobrisky's car while still in Lagos. I never borrowed car from him at any point in time. I only asked him to come with Valar cause I only asked him to come with Valar because that's the only good car he has as of March 2021. What an insult. I don't know what that means. Me, Mompha, borrow when I have my own car in Lagos. And number two, I never gossiped about Anita Joseph with Bobrisky. I only told him to be careful due to what I heard Anita Joseph said about me when Bobrisky and Nkechi were having issues on social media. Bobrisky tried to ask me what happened, and I refused to tell him, and this was clearly stated in the chat. Concerning Nkechi Blessing, I only admonished Bobrisky to stop fighting with her as people were beginning to think it was about me. Number whatever, so he bullet points it further. Bobrisky invited me to his home to eat, and after some days, he demanded I pay for the meal I ate, and I sent him 1 million naira immediately, and Bobrisky posted it on his page. And then the next one, I never gossiped about anyone with Bobrisky. If he has proof of any such gossips, he should post it and stop on sending some of our chats. I urge my fans, lovers, and teaming followers to disregard all the falsehood being spread against my person by Bobrisky, as further actions are being taken by my law team to ensure Bobrisky faces the full wrath of the law. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the I don't the bad grammar, the nonsensical people, and the 419 guy with integrity. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Daddy Freeze compares Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels to biblical Ruth and Boaz, as he says they have a beautiful love story and age is nothing but a number. So that well-worn phrase, age is nothing but a number. Daddy Freeze has compared Regina Daniels and her much Daddy Freeze has compared Regina Daniels and her much older husband, Ned Nwoko, to Ruth and Boaz in the Bible. The media personality said Ruth was 40 and Boaz was 80. He added that that's the appropriate the, that he added that that is the approximate age difference between Regina Daniels, who is in her early 20s, and Ned Nwoko, who is in his 60s. He also said that Ned and Regina have a beautiful love story, and many women who have refused to marry older men like Ned are secretly dating men older than Ned. So there it is. This is this ridiculous guy. His name is, he calls himself Dayo, but he's from Romania, but he will claim to be from Ibadan and goes by the appellation Daddy Freeze. So this is what he had to say on a series of tweets. Um, a good thing to celebrate love, but what are you teaching the youth of today? Where did you keep banking W and his Adeswa? It's time to teach the world reality. So I think this is somebody clapping back at him, and he claps back, of course, because he likes a cat fight. That Dio guy called Daddy Freeze, that calls himself Daddy Freeze. So he claps back. It is not only banking W, you will see accounting W. Banky and Adesua have a beautiful story. So do Ned and Regina. Age is nothing but a number. Stop the needless comparison. The biblical Naomi was 40 when she married an 80-year-old Boaz. That's the approximate age difference between Ned and Regina. Many of the women who are refusing to marry older men like Regina did are cutting shows with men older than Prince Ned. Now, hypocrisy, they kill us for Niger. So, this is what is going on Instagram, cat fights and cat fights. Uh, Ever one to throw himself in the middle of a cat fight? Reno Omokri counters Daddy Freeze's stance on Ned NWOKO and Regina Daniels being like biblical Ruth and Boaz. Benomokri doesn't agree with Daddy Freeze post likening Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels' marriage to the biblical Ruth and Boaz. Daddy Freeze had said that Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels have a beautiful love story and their 40 years age difference can be likened to the 40 years age difference between Ruth and Boaz in the Bible. So let's now see what Reno has to say. Reno didn't completely agree with this. Reno pointed out that Boaz died the day after he married Ruth. Reno added that no amount of age difference is right or wrong as long as both partners are above 18 and in love. However, Reno appeared to insinuate in the words that followed that Regina Daniels married Ned Nwoko for money. He added that he doesn't want to speak further to avoid meddling in people's lives. So there it is. And on it goes. So this is the sort of thing that just takes traction within Nigerian space, and before you know it, it gets ugly and it gets vicious. So the ugliness and the viciousness of it, the palace debunks the Naomi story. Ooni of Ife Palace reacts to Queen Naomi's alleged divorce. Following the rumored separation by Queen Naomi from the Ooni of Ife Ooni Enitan Ogunwusi, the palace has faulted the claim, saying it is not true. When contacted, the Ooni's Director of Media and Public Affairs, Moses Olafare, told correspondents that this is not the first time such rumors had been peddled. There was a time it was reported that she left the palace and the next thing she gave birth. So the story is not true and it should not be taken seriously. So that is the palace's response. But this story, of course, if it's not true, then the lady herself is telling a lie because this is directly from the horse's mouth. This is the Ooni's wife speaking. So there it is. That's the session. Let me just say what comments have been made in the comment section, and then we'll run it off. Olori now. This is a Joseph Mark. This is what Joseph has to say. Uh, Olori is a Yahoo type wifey. This is Joseph Mark. So he carries on Joseph Mark, independent woman. But then fame Grayson wifey, and then on and on it goes. So this is a George Blue Shell. George Blue Shell. Hello, one man went to Mo. Good to catch you live again today. Finished listening to your last night's episode throughout at work. Kudos to you guys. You are doing well. So that is what's his name? This fella called George. And then let's round it off then. Okay, so there it is. So that has been the session. So essentially, the queen of the Yoruba space, no more, Olori Naomi leaves the palace. So a bombshell then for the Yoruba space. So we leave it there. Carry conversation and comment section here. Say peace.